Today's the day that we finally start uncovering some random facts on Lalone Top 10s. We'll get to that here in just a moment. Alright, hey guys, Lalone Top 10s here, with another awesome video just for you, like I've always. So anyway, so for today's video, we are going to cover the 20 random facts I had found on the internet, just for you guys. One I'm going to call Random Facts Number 1. And I'll make one every Thursday or Friday. So please do remember that. Alright, so anyway, let's go ahead and go get started, shall we? Alright, so the first fact is that the United Kingdom's Royal Mail estimate in 2015 that it would cost about £11,602 to send a letter to Mars. I mean, holy crap. Is that seriously that expensive? I'm pretty sure probably because living with aliens costs like, I don't know, $11 trillion, I bet. Alright, so the second fact, what we got here, is that the Hollywood sign originally said Hollywood Land when it first opened in 1923. However, the Hollywood sign has also been through lots of controversy recently. Well, think about January 27th, 2017, when someone had decided to change the Hollywood sign into Hollyweed sign. So, yeah, you get the difference. I mean, it's got changed like several times. Well, the Hollyweed is just temporarily. Alright, the sale of Nazi memorabilia is prohibited in such countries such as Argentina, Austria, and many other countries in the world. You could think about Germany as well, because obviously, you know, the German Chancellor has very bad relations with Hitler. If them two got married, then oh my god, it's gonna be chaos. For the next fact, you might not know this, but the average US household has 300,000 objects, from paper clips to ironing boards. I mean, maybe we should probably own at least, I don't know, 100,000 things, or so that way we don't own at least 300,000 items. I mean, you're probably going to be flooded up the entire house with all those 300,000 objects. Who agrees with me? Raise your hand. I guess some of you guys are raising your hand up there. Oh well. So yeah, you want to figure out what is the best seller, or at least the largest seller of guns in America? Well, if you said Walmart, you're correct. Because guess what? Walmart is the biggest seller of firearms in the US. Well, whenever it comes from rifles, shotguns, to pistols, well, you know, you got all of them. I'm pretty sure you don't have, Uzis or, M134s around here, but with good news, you can actually buy yourself a nice good old Remington Mossberg 590 located at your local Walmart. Alright, and the next fact that we got is that the Nazis ran the world's largest tourism operator of the 1930s, the KDF. By 1939, over 25 million Germans have participated on a KDF trip. Well, the reason why, in case if people don't know what KDF means, it simply means strength through joy. Alright, and what the Nazis were trying to do is that they were trying to promote people to move to Nazi Germany because of the benefits of National Socialism. But, unfortunately, I should say, although a whole ton of people actually went to the world's largest tourism operator, well, guess what? It ultimately disappeared when the Nazis got defeated. I'm pretty sure nobody would ever go over there now these days. You ever heard about a term called zoodles? Well, if you thought it was some childish term, you're wrong, because guess what? Zoodles are just simply noodles made out of zucchini. I mean, you could probably go trick your child into actually eating vegetables whenever they're actually picky, but who cares? Who does it? Well, I would do it. Since I could be a reasonable dad one day, I could go ahead and go trick an 8-year-old to actually eat the pasta. I don't know, let's go ahead and go add in some marinara sauce and go ahead and go get rid of all the other green skin. So that way the child doesn't suspect. Smart eye. So, how long do you think a baseball game normally runs for? I would say 3 hours, 4 hours. Well, guess what? The longest baseball game in history ran for 2 days. And this was back in 1984, whenever, Chicago White Sox, I do believe, was versus, so let's see here. The Chicago White Sox versus the Milwaukee Brewers. And this happened on May 8th, 1984. Now, I guess the reason why it was, like, so long is because that it was just simply a tie, and Well, it's just a very complicated process, but just want to let you know, it is pretty long. Alright, so the Kentucky Coal Mining Museum in Benham, Kentucky, which is also nearby the Cumberland Gap, is powered by solar energy, which means that the museum is more likely to use up less light. Or I should say, less electricity, in more rather terms. Meaning, it could probably be the future of museums. Use solar energy, not electricity. You feel like slugs are pests around your entire garden? Well, guess what? If you go to the British Garden, a British garden in London, it will contain over 20,000 slugs and snails. So you might want to make sure that you don't step on them because they'll eat up all your pests just for you. So just want to let you know. Alright, very surprisingly, Herbert Hoover actually wrote a book. Well, he was also a former US president. So the book is called Fishing for Fun and to Wash Your Soul. It was published in 1963, a year before Herbert Hoover died. So yeah, that was I should say, I've never read the book, but trust me, the title, it's all about fishing. So if you love fishing, I would highly recommend you get the book. I'll put in the link in the description. In 2017, a church in Wittenberg, Germany literally said, "We do not need any more human priests," because guess what? There is a new robot priest called Bless You Too that gives blessings. I mean, I guess it's not the future of churches, but I guess the Catholics will probably like it because they'll probably like human priests better than robot priests. Who agrees with me? Who agrees that the Catholics need to switch to robots instead of humans? I guess it would be like a little bit more high-tech, but yeah, I'm gonna have to describe all the benefits, but guess what? It's a very complicated process. So anyway, next fact. Anyway, do you think your microwave oven uses up more electricity for heating food? Well, guess what? You're wrong. Because guess what? A typical microwave oven uses more electricity to keep its digital clock on standby than it does heated food. So, if I was you, I'll probably disable the clock if I was you. But why don't you go ahead and go rely on your stove for alarm clocks or just buy an actual clock. Oh, don't worry, we got smartphones, so we could probably go ahead and go screw the time. So we could just go ahead and go, In 14th century England, some children were baptized in the most famous alcoholic drink back then, cider. So, yeah, I'm not really sure why they actually did that, but if you trust me, I guess the child will be forced to drink that, and will probably get drunk and, would die. So, don't try that at home. Hey, here's something for you. The universe is expanded at 74.3 kilometers a second per megaparsec, which means it's pretty much gone it's expanded real fast per second. It's all I can tell you. So guess what? It'll expand a lot more quicker. Don't believe me? Guess what? You can ask any of the astronomers out there. So, yeah. That's all I can tell you. Alright, had you ever heard of the term called a Flibert Gibbert? Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a confusing word, but if you ever heard of that, you could call it Flibber T-Gibbet. I'll just call it that. Well, if you don't know what that means, it's just a frivolous and flighty person who's excessively talkative, which exactly describes me. Except, the only thing is, I'm pretty talkative. So, just want to let you know. And yeah, unfortunately, I don't really talk on the phone, but you know me. I like to go on social media. That's what I consider talkative. Talk to my friends, Talk to pretty much anyone, even strangers. Anyway, the next fact is that a pioneer of the fire insurance industry was named Nicholas if Christ had not died, for thee thou hast been durned bare-boned. So yeah, obviously the durned is a little bit less curseful, less harmful, less hateful, So yeah. Who thinks that's a very weird name to actually call someone who is a pioneer of the fire insurance industry? Me? I'm pretty sure all of you guys out there are raising your hand. So, anyway, next fact. Alright, the next fact is that the operating cost of a GPS is just over $2 million a day. Wow, pretty expensive, right? So you can actually buy yourself a GPS and just hope it's pretty cheap, right? Well, some people want expensive or something like that. But just want to let you know, it's going to cost a lot of money a day. So if I was you, I'll probably be careful if I was you. Don't make the government spend more money. Trust me, you don't want that happening. Alright, so in case if you wanted to let you know, if you go to Pakistan just for Valentine's Day, guess what? Don't go over there. It's illegal. Guess what? A Pakistan court banned Valentine's Day celebrations across the country in 2017 since the holiday is not a part of Muslim tradition. So, yeah, I guess literally Islam hates Valentine's Day. I'm pretty sure they're going to go into war with each other, if you kind of think about it. Starting February 14th, 2017. So, anyway. And finally, to wrap off this list with a very, very cool airport that you might actually want to go to. It's called Shanghai Airport. So, yeah, that's located in Singapore, and yes, it's awesome. Because guess what? There's a butterfly garden, a rooftop swimming pool, and even a free 24-hour cinema that you don't have to pay money. I'm pretty sure the popcorn's free. It better be free because, guess what? I'm like a hobo. Don't really have any money. So, alright guys, that is pretty much all of the 20 random facts on the internet that I wanted to cover over. So, anyway, no. So anyway, that is it guys. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, like this video, and stay tuned next Friday for another awesome 20 random facts. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time.